Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm pretty excited today to go through my stats and my pages. I had a great May. I colored, I think, 22 pages, and I love most of them. There are a couple of, fails maybe, but otherwise I really liked what I colored this month, and I'm excited to show you. But first, let me go very briefly over my stats. I started YouTube with 1,180. I'm now at 1,235. So I have an additional 55 subscribers. So I'm really excited about that. Guys, if you want to help me grow my channel, which I would really appreciate, if you can hit that subscribe button right now, that would be fantastic. Then I did do more work on Instagram. I posted at least one a week. And for a few months, I had let it fall by the wayside. And you can see I didn't get a lot of traction. But now it started going up again. I'm getting really close to that 1,000 mark. So I started with 928. And I ended up with 949 subscribers. So 21 more subscribers on Instagram. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, everyone that watches, clicks, likes, and anything else you do. I really appreciate it. I did complete 22 pages. I did do a mid-month recap. And just like, I love watching Maya's Ashik fumbles. Started doing one, and I really enjoy that mid-month. I like to see what people are working on, and any completed pages that I could get earlier, I really love. So I'm not going to show the 9 pages I worked on and showed already in that video. So I'll show the 13 pages that I did not show during the mid-month recap. On whips, I am smoking this. I did 6 this month, so I'm down to 44. I started, I think, at 64, so I'm about 20 down, which really excites me because I do not want to have that many whips. And I had 5 buddy colors this month in 4 books, and all of them were fantastic collaborations. It was fun to get to know people a little bit more, and I really had fun doing my buddies this month. So that is it for my stats. I will now move along and show you some of my pages. But the first thing I need to do is to go over a buddy color that I forgot to mention completely in April. And we worked really hard on this, so I didn't want to skip over it. But this is Vonger by Tomislav Tomic. And I have a standing buddy color. What we do is every couple of months, we choose a double page spread. And we're not really religious about it, like getting it done really quickly or on time. We're really rather mellow about the whole thing, which is awesome because these are difficult pages. But we did this double page spread in April. And we did this double page spread. Okay, so this is mine. I used a lot on this page. I did watercolor, polychromos, Prismacolors. I might have thrown in another pencil here and there. I used a lot, and I mean a lot of gel pen. Not only the white Signo to cover up the black lines on the clouds, but I did it for a lot of the coloring of these small elements. Like on these fruits, I used my glaze, Jelly Roll Glaze. But I used it a lot, to cover up lines, to color in between the flowers, because there were a lot of small elements, and that gets boring over time. So I used the gel pen to make it quicker. So I really love the way my page came out. I love the colors. And now I'm going to show you, I guess I should have mentioned it. My two buddies are Bubble of Coloring and Christina's Art Corner, and they did a fantastic job. I'm putting Christina's first on the screen. You will see she went bold and beautiful. I love how much pink she has. The vibrancy she was able to achieve is stunning. So yeah, that was really, really pretty. And now I'm going to switch over, and Bubble of Coloring did the second one. And you could see she did an amazing job as well. Her clouds and her sky are much more subtle than Christina and mine, but I think it really, really fits well. I love the color she got on the dress, and even the purplish kind of black color on the castle. That made it really pop out. But yeah, so this was an amazing buddy color. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't leave this out. So that is the buddy color from Drum and Vonger by Tomislav Tomic. So now I'm going to show you all of the books I did in May. The first book I'm going to show you was Colorful Time. I obviously did not write this down. I can't find any notes on it, so I've actually done 23 pages, or 24 if I count this double page spread. I really like it. I think it came out really well. I'm not too convinced about my color choice here in the yellow orange. Maybe I should have done like more yellow to pink or orange to pink, but otherwise I really like the way it came out. I used a lot of watercolor on this. I based everything in watercolor. I did start trying to use different pencils, but a lot of my pencils did not like going over the watercolor on this paper, and I'm not really too sure why, but I ended up doing some shading with my, I think it's Prismacolor pencils. Yeah, I think it's Prismas. And I just tried to do some light shading. I didn't want to do a lot of work over my watercolor. I was trying to do a complete watercolor page. That didn't work out as planned. I did have to go back and use pencil. And on these gems and pearls, I used my gel pens. And here I used a metallic gold watercolor paint. I'm not sure if it's going to show up, but it does look nice. I really like the face, the flowers. I'm just a little like maybe I could have made a better choice on the background, but otherwise I'm happy with it. You know, not everything's going to be a masterpiece. So that is the first 2 pages I've done in Colorful Time. The next book is Astro Kawaii by Kevin Teo Art. I did show one of these at my mid-month, but I'm not sure which one I showed, so I'm going to show both of the pages. I did 2 in here this month. This might have been the one that I showed, which I really like the way it came out. I used alcohol markers to base everything. And then I did a little shading with, I think this is Polychromos pencils. And then I did this one, which I really like the way it came out as well. I love the colors in this one. Same basic, did almost everything with alcohol markers and then just used probably my polys. So really, really fun book. I'm really enjoying this. So that is Astro Kawaii by Kevin Teo Art. Up next is Pop Banga by Camilla Derrico. And I did this page. Okay. I did alcohol markers. I know, duh. I was using alcohol markers so much to base last month that they were out. And the next thing I know, I started basing in alcohol markers and then remembered, okay, this is a double-sided book. So I'm going to have to go back and fix all of that. It took me like probably about half done before I realized that I can't use alcohol markers on a double-sided book. But I do like the way it came out. I used pan pastels, I used watercolor, I did some acrylic paint on the bottom and then up here. I had a lot of mishaps with my background, so I ended up using acrylic paint. Unfortunately, I painted out all of the soap bubbles because I just felt like, yeah, I could go to a craft store and get some like something metallic to make it look like bubbles, but I went to Michael's and I couldn't find anything that kind of looked like a bubble. So a little regret, but I think I did fix the background finally. I like the way it looks. I used polychromos, I think, for all of it. And then I used a lot of white gel pen to, you know, take out the black lines on the bubbles. But I really like it. I love the way she turned out. Just a little iffy on that background, but I did save it in the end, so I'm happy with that. So that is from Best of Pop Manga by Camilla Derrico. Up next, I have Portrait of the Mermaid. This is one of the mermaid images I did, and oh, these are marked for next month or June, because now it's, well, I guess it's, yeah, it's June. So I'm going to do those in June, or one of them. But this is the page that I did for May, and I love her. She came out so pretty. And this was so much fun to do. It's almost all alcohol marker. And I don't know about anybody else, but I love the back when I see like the entire thing is done with alcohol marker. I think the back is really cool looking, but I digress. So I did do better on the shading with the alcohol marker, but on her face and on the scales on her tail, I really felt like I wasn't getting what I was looking for, so I went over it with, I think this was polychromos. Then I used a gold signo on her dress and some Jelly Roll Moonlight. But I really like the way it came out. I love the way I did the fish. You know, I looked up colorful fish and, you know, I just tried to copy what I saw. And I like the way that came out. So she's really, really pretty. And I'm hoping to do at least one more in June. Up next, I have Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Agusa. And I did the second page. This page I did in March. So I kind of wanted to bring some of the colors that were in here over to the other side. I think I did a pretty good job with the background, like matching it. This is almost all based completely in watercolor. I think completely, but maybe one or two elements, but otherwise it was all based in watercolor. And then I used my Prismacolors on top of that and a gel pen, like this is the, I think this is a Jelly Roll Glaze, yeah. And in here I used some Jelly Roll Glaze, but otherwise it is all watercolor and Prismacolor on top. And I'm really happy with this page. So that is Symphony of Cute Animals by Kanoko Agusa. Up next, I have Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanes. And this book is probably starting to become one of my favorites. I did that page in April and I loved it. And I did this double page spread for May. And I am so thrilled the way it came out. I absolutely love it. I did try to get different color woods. I don't think that was that successful, even though I used totally different pencils. It looks like all the same wood, but like here you could see I went much darker in the brown than in the sharp. And the same is true here. I tried to go lighter on the animals than I did on the background carving of the wood. but I really, really love it. The paper is fantastic. I used watercolor, Inktense, and polychromos on this page. I did use, although I didn't write it down, I did use silver metallic gel pen on the silver part of the tools, and a little bit on the light. I'm not sure it's going to show. Yeah, maybe there. But yeah, that was just throwing something in at the very end. This is almost all pencil. It took me so long, but it was so satisfactory. Like, especially this wood, you know, it's very, very repetitive. So I would just do like a section and then put the book aside, go to something else, do another section the next day. So that's the way I was able to complete this without getting bored. But I really, really love it. And I love how evil he looks in this reddish brown and the teeth. I just really love this page. And I'm excited to work with this book again. I'm probably not going to do anything in June because I've done something in April and May. And maybe I'll put it to the side and work on it again over the summer. So that is Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanes. Okay, I got a new load of books. Up next, I have Village Charm by Teresa Goodrich. And I did this page. And I did this really early in the month, so I don't remember a lot. It just says alcohol markers only in my notes. So it's possible that I didn't do anything except for alcohol markers, which... good for me. I'm definitely getting better at this. I really am. Yeah. So this is this page. There's nothing to say. I did in the back put washi tape because I really felt like this was already starting to separate. And yeah, I'm a little rough on my books. So like sometimes I grab it without thinking. So I put washi tape in the back of the dotted line. So hopefully this page won't come out. But I really like the way it came out. So that is Village Charm by Teresa Goodrich. Up next, I have Mythographic Wild Summer. This was a buddy color with Shannon Johnson on Instagram. And I will put her hashtag because right now, her name, because I think it's Shannon L 1989. But I'll put it on screen. And then J.I. Colorist, even though I didn't communicate with Jody, I went through Shannon. I did get everybody's pages, and we did this elephant page as soon as I find it. Ah, yes, this elephant page. I don't know, when I first started this, I really saw these blue ears for the elephant. I didn't think beyond that there would be so much other blue because there's so much water. So I did try to make the sky like a purple, these clouds pink, to try to pull some more color into it besides blue. I ended up liking the way it came out. I think it's a pretty page. I wish I had thought beyond the blue ears, like how much blue there would be on the page, but otherwise, I really think this is a beautiful page, and my buddies did fantastic jobs. Everyone did different ears, like you'll see on Shannon's, which I'm going to put up now. She did the traditional monarch butterfly, which was my other choice, and I love the way it came out. And then Jody went for something completely different, this earthy, I'm putting that on the screen now, these earthy tans and pinks on the ears, and I love that color combination. It's really, really different. So love the way that came out. So that was Mythographic Wild Summer by Joseph Kattenbang. Up next, I have Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson, and I did a whip in here. And it was these two ladies. I love the way it came out. I did that tie-dye look myself and I really, really like it. I was inspired because I just got that Coco Wyo book, the one where you learn how to do patterns. I haven't started that yet, but I thought, why not put patterns in my shirts? So I kind of got this yin and yang thing going on in the hair. And then I did the tie-dye, which I really felt matched with the tats. Yeah, I tried putting some makeup on them. And then I did this galaxy background. I'm still not great at that, but you know, the more I do it, the easier it seems. I just don't know how to not get it like blurry looking. You know, the colors don't stay vibrant because they're kind of mixing with other colors, but you know, I'm gonna get there. You know, maybe I just have to put the lighter colors down first instead of I usually do the blue. But yeah, so I really, really like the way this came out. I did a lot of watercolor, obviously. I used my polychromos and gel pens. And that is it for the page. There's just a little bit of gold metallic on the jewelry, this flask on the bottom. I don't know if it's going to show, but I'm really happy with these twins. I don't know what they are, but love the page. Love that I got another whip done. So I only have 2 whips left in this book, and I'm hoping maybe to finish this one in June. I can't guarantee it, but hopefully I'll get another one done. So that is another whip down from Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. Up next, I have Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen. I had 2 buddy colors this month in this book, and I love them both. The first one is this one. Yeah, okay. They're both Kate's. So this is with Kate Taylor. I will put her name up on the screen. This was one of the pictures that I'm kind of iffy about. I tried to do a dramatic fantasy skin tone on this mermaid. Maybe this wasn't the best color combination, but in the end, I think it came out pretty. I definitely got what I was going for, this, you know, fantasy skin color. And I will put Kate's right here. She also did a beautiful job. Hers is definitely more subtle and gentle than mine, but I love both renditions of the coloring. I mean, that's what makes buddies so cool, because we do things pretty differently most of the time. So that is Kate's. Then my next one is with another Kate's Coloring Haven. I had such a great time getting to know her. She is as gorgeous as she sounds. You know, I was panicking a little bit with my background. You know, she was really good with it, and, you know, just very, very encouraging. So I really enjoyed doing a buddy color with Kate. Mine, I think I used the same as the last one. I tried using my Holbeins here over watercolor, and I did have some paint pen in here somewhere. And then I used this Stickles Twinkle over her wings. Not sure you're really getting that, but yeah, I just didn't know what else to do with the wings, so I threw the stickles on top. So I'm really happy with the page. I think it came out in the end. Like I said, I was a little bit of a disaster in the background, but in the end, I think I got it in a good spot. I am going to show you Kate's right now. She is such a talented colorist. I adore the blue hair, or bluish purple color combination she got on that hair. It's really, really pretty. It has a lot of depth to it, so I really like that. So that was 2 fantastic. Okay, thanks for the buddy color if you're watching. And both of you, I had such a great time doing these pages with you. So hopefully we'll do more. Oh, so that is Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen. Up next, I have Duncle Bunt. This is also a buddy color with my friend Claire. I will put her name up across the screen. Please go visit her YouTube channel. send her some love. Go over, check out her page or pages. We did this scary page. This was my absolute favorite page in the book. I was nervous about doing it, but you know, with Claire there holding my hand, it kind of worked out. I love the background. I love everything about this page. I tried to make this look like leather. I think it was somewhat successful. The only question mark I have is on the hair. I didn't know what color to do it. I just didn't know. So I tried this kind of fantasy from red to purple. Yeah, it looks okay. I love the page. I'm not really being overly critical here. I just didn't know what other color to use, honestly. I could have, yeah, I didn't know what to do. So that's the color I did it. And I'm really happy with the page. I used alcohol marker, especially on the face and her skin and the, I guess this is a bustier. I don't know what they call this now. But yeah, I used it all on that. And then I went over it with my Polychromos pencils. And I used a lot of Signo gel pen, both in gold and white, and the Jelly Roll Black Glaze. And I love the way it came out. I think she's very, very intense looking. As I said, love the background that I did. And yeah, it came out okay. A lot of gold Signo. I just did not feel like doing this all in pencil after doing this whole thing. So I used the gold in a lot of spots, especially in the background. So that is, oh, I forgot to show you Claire's. I'm going to show you Claire's right now. As always, she did a fantastic job. She is so fast. This thing took me like 3 weeks to do, and she got hers done right away. I really like the color that she chose for this. I don't know if this is supposed to be bone, but I really like her color in that. It looks really natural. So Claire, another great buddy color. That is Duncle Bunt by Sarah Richter. Up next is The Creatures of Ken Matsuda. And I did this page. I like it. I don't love it. I used a lot of watercolor. I love the way I got these blooms in the water by just, dropping water when the watercolor is still semi-wet. I think it adds texture to the page and I really like it. I added this kind of green grass. I just, my toad or frog, whatever this is not popping. It's not, maybe I made it too monochromatic with blues and greens and just like a little bit of orange, but this whole thing is not really popping. So, but I didn't know what else to do. Honestly, I made them green, started with green, and then when I started adding everything else, maybe I should have gone with different colors but water is blue. So yeah, and I don't know. I went with more natural colors rather than like a fantasy color, but this is a long learning curve in this book. To try to make it look anywhere near what Ken Matsuda could do is so hard to do. It really showcases what a great artist he is when you look in the back and you look at, how he approached it. But yeah, it really not an easy book to imitate his stuff. But, it's going to be a long learning curve, but it's a beautiful, beautiful book. So I don't care. Even if they don't come out well, it is just really, really cool to color them. So that is The Creatures of Ken Matsuda. Up next, I have Amazon by Paul Lebrun. And I did this page. I did this early in the month, so I almost don't remember doing it, but I love the way it came out. I did use a lot of watercolor, but it was, Inktense. This was all Inktense, which is a water-soluble pencil, but it really showcases like the vibrant colors you get with Inktense is really, really cool. I did use some Graphy tint. I wanted to do a more muted section, like in the water and on this branch, so that the other elements would pop, like the birds, the flowers, and these plants, for which I cannot remember the name, but you know what they are. So I did the graphy tint in the back to get a more subtle, natural look. And then I used a few Derwent watercolor pencils. I just think the colors worked better in some places than the Inktense. So yeah, and I think I did the pink, but again, this is so early in the month, I don't even remember coloring it, but I am really, really happy with the way it turned out. So that is Amazon by Paul Lebrun. Next up, I have Shooting Star by Maria Trolle, and I did, sorry for the sniffles, guys, I did this page, and this is the one when I was referencing earlier, there were some fails. I don't really like the way this turned out, and I don't know why. I used a lot of watercolor. I used my Prismacolor pencils on top to do some shading, to darken some of the background, because I did it all in this lighter blue, and then I went over it with pencil. I really like the way this leaf kind of came out, like really variegated, but otherwise I don't like the page. I don't think the shading really works that great. It's not making it look round or the shape that I was going for. So I don't know what went off on this page. I'm happy it's completed. I've done another page in this book. It's okay. It's just one of the ones I like the least for May. So that is Shooting Star by Maria Trolle. And my last book is Funny Tales by Kevin Teo Art. And what a fun book. I mean, guys, this is a fun book. I did this page, Snow White, and I love the way it came out. I used my watercolors in some of it. I used Inktense here, and then I went over with my Polychromos pencils. I really love the page. I tried to make this apple look kind of realistic. That didn't work that great, but I still like the way it came out. I love the gold pencil that I did on her sleeves and this dark maroon in the center. I think that really looks pretty. But overall, I'm really happy with this book. It is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one of those quick, yeah, I'm using almost all alcohol marker. I think I did with this as well. But for me, I still have to do a lot of shading in this book. So it does take a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I'm always so pleased with the results. Both of them came out really vibrant. I love them. So guys, that is it for May 2025. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video, especially if you lasted this long. Please consider, if you enjoyed the video, giving it a thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, I love talking with you guys, so please do. And for anyone that hasn't subscribed, please consider subscribing. So that is it for May 2025. I'm excited about June. I picked a lot of great pages. And yeah, that's it, guys. So see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.